Okay.
दो चीजों पर इंटरव्यू टिका रहता है। अभिरूप से बोला जाएगा प्रेजेंटेशन देना, फाड़ देगा भाई बंदा। किसी क्लाइंट से मिलने जाना, हाँ भाई अभिरूप तुम जाओ, अभिरूप गया तो कन्वर्जन डन है समझो।
Sir, I have watched a lot of YouTube videos regarding the cultural phase of IT sector. Will you please share your experience of cultural phase?
Abhirup, if I put
Your-
you in a jail, how would you feel? Hello Abhirup, a very good afternoon. How are you?
Good afternoon, sir. I am fine, sir.
Okay, Abhirup, could you please introduce yourself?
Yes, sir. My name is Ovirup Maiti. I am an enthusiastic and determined boy. I belong to a small town called Sonarpur, which is 20 kilometers away from Kolkata. I live with my parents and elder brother. My parents always supports me in every sphere of my life. Currently, I am pursuing my bachelor in computer science and engineering from MCKV Institute of Engineering. I am also associated with an internship program with National Informatics Center, Howrah, where I got practical exposure and a first-hand experience of working in a team. My aim is to be a part of a project where I can work as a team and be an employee of a corporate sector. And my vision is to be a lead of an international project because I love traveling. Besides, my hobby includes watching informative videos in YouTube and travel blogs. That's about myself. Thank you, sir.
Could you please tell me something about your family background, about the occupation of your parents or brother or sister, maybe?
Yes, sir. My father is a retired government employee. He was in agriculture and marketing department in West Bengal government. My mother is a homemaker, and my brother is an automobile engineer. Currently, he is in Maruti Suzuki. He is an executive supervisor in Maruti company.
Okay, so your father is
He's
basically a retired government officer, or he was basically in a government job. So is it that the job gets transferred to one of his son?
no, sir, no. He's in Kolkata throughout.
Okay, okay. So the job will not get transferred to you.
No,
Okay, sure.
no,
Abhirup, could
no.
you please tell me three specialities of your town where you reside?
Yes, sir. Sonarpur is basically a suburban area. Here, it is a mixed culture of city and village. Here, there are some in some village area there are fields. There are some there, there are some in fields, and in city area there is large number of peoples. It is a mix of panchayat and municipality area, and the municipality area is not yet developed, but the area is very developed, and currently we have here a large number of temples where here is a Ma Kali temple where Saurav Ganguly visit every year, and we have some. That's all, sir.
Okay,
That's about my.
so is your town or village feasible for work from home? Is there proper internet connectivity, or is there proper electricity power?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is feasible for work from.
Okay, sure, Abhirup. Let us start the interview. First of all, you are good at C, Java, and DBMS. So I just want to ask you, what is the difference between dangling pointer and wild pointer in C language?
Okay. Sir, while pointer is something, a pointer which is not initialized. And dangling pointer is something, there is a pointer which is pointing to a variable, but the pointer is lost the address of that variable. Suppose I am writing, if I give you an example, suppose I have a contact number of my friend. Now suddenly my friend changed his number, but I am still trying to call his with his old number. I will not be able to get him anyhow. This is how the dangling pointer works.
Okay. I'm not getting proper clarity on wild pointer. So could you please explain it in bit detail?
Yes, sir. While pointer is something which is not initialized. Suppose I am writing int star IP, but I
I'm not
am not
asking
initial.
about I'm not asking about wide pointer. I'm asking about wild pointer. WILD, wild.
Yes, sir. While pointer.
Yes.
While pointer is something which is not initialized. Means
Okay.
we are suppose I am writing int a, then int star IP, then I am remains like I it remains like this, but
Okay.
means
You are
I
just
am not
declaring the pointer, but you are not
declaring the
assigning
pointer
any address to it.
address to it. I am not
Okay.
assigning any address to it.
Okay. What was the problem with dangling pointer?
What the problem of dangling pointer is, suppose we cannot dereference it. Um, we cannot perform dereference and get the value of this of the variable using this pointer.
Okay.
We
Okay.
cannot.
Okay. Great. What is null pointer?
The null pointer is something which is which does not point to any valid object. Basically, we write this pointer like int star ip equals to null or int star ip equals to 0, like
Okay.
this. It is
Suppo-
not
Suppose
initialized.
I have declared a pointer int star I, which is an integer pointer, and I equate it to 0. Condition number 1. Condition number 2, again I declare an integer pointer int star I, and I equate it to null, null. So are both the same thing, or are these both different?
Yes, sir. Both are same thing.
Okay, so if you mean to say,
Both.
suppose we assign a value 0 to any pointer, so it is same as saying it a null pointer.
Yes,
Sure. Okay.
both are same.
Basically, what was the problem with pointers? I just want to ask, because in Java we do not use any pointers. So what basically was the problem with pointers?
So basically, pointer using pointer in C, it is basically very security purpose. Using pointer, we can we can locate any address, we can change any address position. Means suppose there are lots of issues are there, but in Java we reject this because of security purpose.
Okay.
And for storing pointer, it requires a lot of memory spaces. A large amount of memory spaces is wasted. That's why in Java it is rejected.
Okay, so basically you are saying that pointers are not a safe option because we can even access the security features, security functions. The operating system
Often,
memory can also be accessed using a pointer variable. So is it possible to access operating system functions illegally in Java?
no, sir, I don't think so.
Okay.
Because in operating system, memory is reserved. Memory is reserved in operating
See,
system.
some memory is reserved for operating
Some
system
memory is
functions.
reserved.
So the
Yes.
problem with pointers in C was we can even access those reserved memory. It's like, see, we have reserved a restaurant seat for someone, and you go and sit there and say, no, no, this is my seat, I want to have it. You go on a train, the seat is reserved for someone, you sit there. So some memory is reserved for operating system, but you can access that. So the same problem was facing in Java, so they eliminated the concept of pointers. So internally Java uses pointers, but it is same as abstraction, data hiding concept, encapsulation concept. You see only a capsule, you see the outer part of it, but basically behind the
Well,
scene the actually same function is running, right? Ultimately every language gets converted into C protocols, and then to assembly, and then to machine level language, but you are not able to access it. That is the point. Okay, is it always possible to increment or decrement a pointer variable?
uh, increment or decrement means, no, sir. It is not all. Means when I am using a pointer plus another pointer, it is not possible.
No,
But
suppose
I
suppose
plus
suppose I
plus.
declare a pointer a, or I basically, and I write it I plus plus. So is it possible to do so always?
Yes, it is possible, but it depends on the size of the RAM basically. Means
So
suppose I
we
have
have infinite RAM then.
we have infinite RAM, then I think it should be possible.
Okay. Suppose we declare a array name as A. Now basically that is also a pointer, and I write A plus plus then.
No, we cannot do that.
So I
A
asked, is
plus.
it always possible to increment or decrement a pointer variable? You said yes. Okay, no issues. You might have heard about the increment decrement operators. Now suppose I write it n is equals to n plus 1. Okay. Second statement is plus plus n. Third statement is n plus plus. Okay. First statement is n is equals to n plus 1. Second statement is plus plus n. Third statement is n plus plus. Out of these three, which will execute fastest and why?
Sir, n plus plus will execute fastest because it is a unary operator and n equals to n plus 1, it is a arithmetic operator, means binary operator. I think unary will be execute faster
So
than,
out of plus plus n or n plus plus, which will execute faster, pre-increment or post-increment?
I think pre-increment.
Okay, sure.
I,
Abhirup, do you know about the OOPS concept? Are you familiar with them?
yes, sir, I'm familiar.
You are familiar with them. What are classes and objects? And can you please tell the real life examples of classes and objects?
Yes, sir, I can give. Sir, classes are basically factory which producing objects, and objects are any real world entity.
Okay.
Means, suppose I have a vehicle class. Vehicle is a class. Then there are multiple objects like Tata company is producing vehicle, Maruti is producing vehicle, Toyota is producing vehicle. But vehicle is a class. There exist multiple entities like Tata, Toyota, Maruti, uh, and that things exist in the class vehicle.
Okay.
And like they are real world entities. Tata, Maruti, Toyota, they are real world
What
entities,
was
and
the
they
basic need of classes and object? What was the problem with C language?
Sir, basically, in C we have structures. In the case of structure, we can write we can declare any integer, any float, but we cannot have any function in the structure. But in the case of Java, we have classes. We can write functions. Besides, in the structure, we cannot do this type of object-oriented concept. Like we cannot provide encapsulation, but in Java, we can provide encapsulation. We can provide data, means we can ensure the security purpose
Okay.
using declaring the private as access modifier. You can write the data types, and public making the functions as public, we can ensure the security.
Okay. What is the need of inheritance in Java?
Suppose we have a suppose in a college there are multiple branches, okay, like bcom, bba, btech, etc. Now each and every branches, there will be some students get admitted. Now the name of the student, the date of birth, and the suppose age, this will be common to all the classes, but the subjects which will be taught to each and every department will be different. Now we are declaring the same concept in the same the variables which will be same, which are declaring in the parent class, and the remaining all other classes we are declaring in the child class. Means child class will be inheriting the same concept from the parent class, and there will be some additional concepts which will be unique to each and every child class. That is inheritance.
Okay, great. What is asset properties in DBMS?
Acid properties means there are A means atomicity, C means uh, A means atomicity, C means Consistency, I means in isolation. No. D means durability.
Okay, so what are these basically?
I mean, yes, sir. A means atomicity. Atomicity means whenever there is a transaction is happening, either all the transaction will be happen or none of the transaction will happen. This is as a atomicity. C means consistency. Consistency means whenever there is a transaction happening, the system will be from one transaction before transaction, and after transaction the system will be from one transaction state, and it will move from another consistent state. Basically, the system will move from one consistent state to another consistent state. Then it comes isolation. Isolation means, suppose there are multiple transactions happening simultaneously in the system. So the isolation means whenever there is a transaction is happening, it will be unaware of the all transaction happening in the system. And durability means whenever there is a transaction is happening, even if there is a system failure, the transaction will not means at the time or at the middle there is a system failure, but the transaction will work smoothly, or it will be either it will not work or it will be completely work. It is durability. Done.
Okay. So suppose I go to a ATM and I want to, execute a transaction where I want to, you know, 5,000 rupees cash basically I want. Okay. So what happens? I, uh, did all the procedure. I followed all the procedure. I typed 5,000 rupees and withdrawed it from the saving account. The amount got debited from my account. Okay, but the money was not coming and it said insufficient notes present in the ATM. And after 2 seconds, another message came that your amount is even credited back. So, which property of DBMS is used here?
It is here durability is used.
Okay, okay,
No, no, no. Uh, uh,
it is atomicity basically.
it's atomicity.
Yeah,
It's atomicity.
because if
Yes,
the transaction must be either completed or it should not, or it should roll back
yes, yes,
basically. So the amount is debited, but my process is not yet executed, so it will roll back, and the amount will again get credited. Okay, so
yes.
it is atomicity. Okay, what is JDBC basically
Uh,
in
Sorry,
Java?
sir.
Java database
Uh,
connectivity.
I don't know.
Okay, no
Uh,
issues. Could you please tell me something about your technical projects?
yes, sir. I am associated with an internship where I made this project. Here we are trying to make a recruitment portal website. In this recruitment portal website, it is following MVC framework. MVC means Model View Controller Framework. Model view controller architecture is basically, suppose an user is requesting something to the server. Then the server will request to the controller part. The controller part, suppose the user is want some data of the student. The server will request to the controller. The controller will send this request to the model part. Then model part will execute some SQL query and fetch the data from the database. After fetching the data from the database, it will send this information to the controller part. Then again, this controller part will send the data to view part, and view part will produce this data in an HTML format, in a structured format, and this will be sent to the controller part, and this controller part will send the output to the server, and server will get the output to the user. I am basically involved in the view part, where we have designed all the user interface of each and every pages of the web page. So I am associated with the candidate port, matlab candidate web page. Suppose when a candidate first registers into a system, who he registers, then if he's a new user, then sign up option will become. If he is a already
Okay.
existed user, then log in. Then log in. After login, he will see the each and every jobs, which jobs he can be apply.
So
He
have you
can
used
apply.
JSON in this particular thing?
No,
JSON?
sir. Basically, we have designed the prototype in
Okay.
Figma.
Okay. Okay. So you might have used HTML for the same. So how can we create table in HTML?
There is a tag called table in HTML. Using table, we can write tr. Using that, we can use row, and there will be multiple row. In this way, table tag using table tag.
Okay. Okay. In SQL, what is the difference between delete, truncate, and alter command and drop command? Delete, truncate, alter, and drop.
Uh, There, delete command is basically part of DML. I think it is part of data manipulation language. It is basically performing its operation on the data part of the table. But drop, alter, and truncate. These are basically DDL.
No, I
These
am not interested in
drop.
whether these are data command language or data manipulation language, DDL, DML. Basically, I just want to ask you what is the use of these? Suppose I have a table
drop
created. So if I use delete command or drop command or truncate command, what will happen to my table?
uh, delete command will delete all the data of the table. Here we can use some query. We can delete all the data of the table, but using drop command, the schema of the table will be deleted.
Okay. One thing I want to
and
ask you about that. Yeah, you can continue. You can continue. Yes.
and truncate command, I think the same purpose as drop command, but there must be some difference. I am not aware of
Okay. No, no issues. No
truncate.
issues. You have made your internship, even technical projects, all basically on the same technology: HTML, CSS, JavaScript, or something related to that. Why haven't you, used different technologies for your project? Why haven't you learned different technologies for your project?
Sir, basically in my engineering, I learned different skills, like I learned Python, and I made some basically some basic things in Python programming as well.
So is Python a
But
strongly typed language or a weakly typed language?
strongly type language or weakly type? Uh, I think weakly type.
Okay, what are
I
tuples?
am
What
not.
are
I
tuples in
am,
Python?
the tuples are basically immutable things. Means in Python, tuples are immutable.
List in
Uh,
Python?
the list are mutable in Python. They are, uh, sir. Basically, I am not that much confident in Python.
Okay, okay, great. Very good. In which semester have you scored the maximum marks? I can see it's, I think, fifth semester, 9.92 CGPA. So could you tell me the semester subject names of your fifth semester?
Yes, sir. Compiler design was there. Object-oriented programming was there. Uh, then operating system was there, and object-oriented programming lab, and there was another subject, numerical methods was there.
Okay.
I think.
Abhirup, could you please tell me something about your strengths? Basically, we are looking for, approximately 50,000 candidates this year. So we have over 8 lakh aspirants who have submitted the form. So out of 8 lakh, we have to select 50,000. It's like 1 out of 8 candidate. So why Abhirup Mathi?
Sir, basically, I am a consistent person, and it proves that my academic grades, it proves me. And besides, I prove my consistency whenever I start a work. I must make sure that I will finish it. Without, I never left finish never left any task unfinished. Besides, I am a team player. In my current internship, when I we were working in the project, our mentor selected me as a team lead. I have a first-hand experience in working as a team. I can handle different team members and I can solve their problems basically. uh, yes, I can. These are two good qualities of me,
Is-
and I can assure,
Yeah, yeah, continue.
uh, yes, I think I will be fit for this company and I deserve this job.
Okay.
My
So
this
you
quality.
think you're not confident about?
No, sir, I am confident enough to get into this company.
Okay. Is this your first interview?
Yes, sir, it is my first.
And what about the placement scenario of your college? Like, are there any companies that do visit your college?
No, sir, TCS is organizing their test fast, and I am giving their test fast. No other company is till there.
Okay, sure. So, suppose at TCS, basically, which profile would you love to work?
Sir, I want to work in developer profile.
Okay, you want to work in a developer profile. Suppose we put you in some XYZ profile, suppose graphic designing profile, and we offer you double the package. What will you do?
Sir, basically, I will prefer in the profile where there is a large scope of learning. Basically, in at this point of time, I want to focus more on learning rather than earning money. Uh, I will choose that post whichever where I will learn a lot of things.
Okay, suppose we are a company A, some company B comes and visits your college or conducts their off campus drive. They have the same work culture, same learning as you said, but they are offering you double the package. What would you do? Would you stick to us or would you join the other company? And why?
They are offering me same
Same
work culture
profile,
and
same
same.
work culture, same working hours, same learning, same training, everything same, double the package.
Sir, I will go for the company which will provide me double the package.
Okay. Uh, Abhirup, where do you see yourself 20 years from now, professionally as well as
Sir,
personally?
sir, basically, professionally, I can see myself in a position where I can give all the luxuries to my family. And besides, there is one of my personal goal, that is, I in my 40s, I want to leave my career for 1 year or so, and I want to visit Auroville. The environment of Auroville attracts me really most. I have watched a lot of videos on Auroville. Their living standard, their business ideas. There are multiple things. There are multiple entrepreneurs are producing in Auroville day by day. I want to learn their skills, and after leaving Auroville, I want to work with a. I want to basically develop a business project where I can motivate young students to be in the entrepreneur field, because I think in India there is a much requirement of an entrepreneur in India, and if I can produce a lot of businessmen in India, I think I can contribute my country as well.
Okay. Abhirup, one more thing, you have mentioned that you have an interest in ancient Indian history and Indian constitution. So could you please elaborate it a bit?
Yes, sir. Basically, I really fascinated about ancient Indian history when I listen a lot of podcasts on Spotify related to ancient Indian history. I really fascinated about Indus Valley civilization, how the architecture was how the architecture was there at the ancient time. The ancient time, the drainage system was so beautiful that the architecture of their city was so beautiful. But in now, our drainage system, our city architecture was not that much amount of planned. But the ancient time, the city architecture was planned. And there are lots of things. There are lots of scientific exploration were there in the Indus Valley civilization. I really enjoyed that thing. That's why I am really interested
Okay.
in this.
Abhirup, you are currently from, West Bengal, which is the east of India. So, suppose we provide you a job, one preference is West Bengal, other preference is either North India or East India or South India. What would you do? Would you prefer to be in West India only, or would you love to move to a new place for an exposure?
Sir, I will the company what will the company prefer I will choose that. In if I stay in my home, there is an advantage that I will save a lot of money, and in this money I can travel. I can travel 1 year in a year. This will be there, and there my personal goal will be satisfied. But if I move in any city, I know I will be challenge myself and I will grow more in that city and I will explore the culture of different kinds of city. The company, what the company will prefer, I will choose.
Okay. Um,
If,
are you interested in IPL?
and no, sir, basically I read news in newspaper, but at that time I am busy in studying.
Okay.
I am not that much interested.
Okay. You are our project lead, and suppose you have to make a choice. I just want to check your decision making ability. You are our project lead, and we have just one slot left for our project, right? Obviously, our project need good coders. Every project needs that. So you have two choices, and you have to select one among them. One choice is a very experienced candidate who has been working with us since last 40 years. He has tremendous experience. He has worked with so many projects, and he has excellent, experience about how a project runs, how to talk to clients, and how to deal with the different and unexpected situations. But soft skills wise, he is a good. But coming to coding part, he is very poor in that. The second candidate is a fresher, a newbie recently hired, a person with enthusiasm and zeal to work in our company, and he is a far coder. He is a great coder. So you have, but he doesn't have any experience. He has never worked with any project. This is his very first project. As well as he is new, we know that he is good at coding from his resume and his, all the submissions which he have done. He is a very good coder, and might be of some use to your project. So whom will you choose? The one who has excellent coding skills, because he will help you in your project, because we need coders. The second one is the one who has a lot of experience.
Sir, I will choose the newcomers. Basically, I think who is new in this field, he or she must get the opportunity to learn to expose in project.
Okay.
I will choose the newcomer.
Okay. Suppose after 5 years you are transferred to HR team, and we ask you to hire experienced candidate, a person who has 2 to 3 years of experience, who basically wants to switch to our company. So, but you always prefer freshers. So, how can we trust you in that?
Uh, Sir, it depends, but I think the fresher, when a fresher joins an industry, slowly, steadily, he learns a lot of things and he gathered experience and he gathers experience and he eventually he will be a great coder. I think always the freshers will be preferred and their efficiency will be their learning attitude will be
Yeah,
always
it's
there.
like if a cricket team or a football team doesn't make a new captain, a newbie as a captain, so we won't get, better captains in our country, right? So always fresher should be given a chance. Great. It was nice to talk to you, Abhirup. Your result will be communicated shortly. If you want to ask anything to us, feel free to do that.
Sir, I have watched a lot of YouTube videos regarding the cultural fest of IT sector. Will you please share your experience of cultural fest? Uh,
Abhirup, if I
your,
put you in a jail, how would you feel?
I will be feel very
Very
bad.
bad, no? Because not about that you are into a jail, that guilt factor, but you are confined to a limited resource, or doing the same activity again and again on a daily basis. So the same happens with our employees also. They too get bored doing the same technical stuffs day in and day out. So from time to time, it's our responsibility to organize cultural fest. We bring in celebrities for the entertainment, and we host different cultural fest, as well as all the occasions, all the festivals, as well as different sporting activities as well. We have inter branch competitions, inter companies competitions, and a number of competitions as well. We have fest where we include parents as well, bachelors fest, and every sort of thing takes place in all, not only our company but in almost all the IT companies, all the big MNCs at least. So you'll get enough of exposure. So be ready with one of your talents so that you get recognized wherever you go. Okay. So this
Okay,
was it
sir.
from us.
I am really
Okay,
fascinated.
so this was it from our
I
side, and we'll communicate your results shortly. Yeah, you can speak.
Yes, sir. I am really fascinated. I expect a positive reply from
Okay,
you.
thank you so much.
Thank
Thank you
you,
so
sir.
much. Okay, Virup, so this was the end of interview. पहले मैं आपसे पूछना चाहता हूँ, आप अपने आप को क्या फीडबैक देंगे? क्या आपको लगा इंटरव्यू के समय कि कैसा था सब
Sir,
कुछ?
sir, I think I need to work more on DBMS
अभी आप हिंदी बोल सकते हो,
and
अगर हिंदी में कंफर्टेबल है, इंग्लिश में बोलना है इंग्लिश में बोल सकते हो, कोई टेंशन नहीं है.
जब मुझे लगता है कि डीबीएमएस में थोड़ा प्रैक्टिस की जरूरत है और एंड प्रोजेक्ट एक्सप्लेनेशन पार्ट आई थिंक आई कैन डू दैट इन अ बेटर वे
सो मॉक इंटरव्यू बेनिफिशियल था या ऐसा था कि सर ओके ओके है या वेस्ट ऑफ टाइम है?
नो नो सर इट वाज रियली
बेनिफिशियल था.
बेनिफिशियल
तो अभी जब आप अगले
यस
इंटरव्यू
सर
में जाओगे तो आई थिंक थोड़ा एटलीस्ट 10% 12% ज्यादा कॉन्फिडेंस होगा आपके अंदर, बिकॉज आप ऑलरेडी ये चीज फेस कर चुके हो, राइट?
यस सर यस
ओके, सो अभी रू बिफोर मॉक इंटरव्यू एंड आफ्टर मॉक इंटरव्यू क्या डिफरेंस है, क्या चेंजेस है?
sir basically I was really underconfident because last 10 minutes I was meditating basically I want to calm my mind and right now uh, मैं धड़कने बढ़ गई
धड़कने बढ़ गई है,
धड़कने
ठीक
बढ़
है. सिंसियर कैंडिडेट्स की बढ़ती हैं, जो सिंसियर नहीं है उनकी तो क्या धड़कने बढ़ेंगी. बढ़िया है. अब मैं आपको एक एक करके फीडबैक देता हूँ. रेज्यूमे में मुझे
गई
एज सच कुछ खास ऐसा नहीं लगा कि जिसमें हम वर्क कर सकते हैं. बट एक चीज मैं आपको बोलता हूँ कि अगर कहीं भी हमको, अगर अपनी अच्छाई दिखाने का मौका मिले ना, तो हमको दिखाना चाहिए. तो उसमें हमने कहीं भी स्किल्स तो मेंशन की हैं, बट स्ट्रेंथ्स नहीं मेंशन की हैं अपनी, कि आपके अंदर क्या क्या स्ट्रेंथ है. आप टीम वर्कर, आपने जैसे बताया, आप डेडिकेटेड हो टू सम कॉज, कि भाई आप कोई काम करते हो तो खत्म करते हो. तो ये सब लिखो यार, इम्पोर्टेंट है. उसके अलावा जो बोर्ड आप लिखते हो ना, WBCHSE, WBBSE, ये समझ नहीं आता यार इंटरव्यूअर को. जरूरी नहीं है कि वो वेस्ट बंगाल से बिलोंग करता हो. तो फुल फॉर्म लिखो. CBSE है तो समझ आता है, आप शॉर्ट फॉर्म भी लिखोगे तो ठीक है. या एटलीस्ट आप ये लिख दो
ओके
वेस्ट बंगाल बोर्ड, है ना, जैसे MP बोर्ड, यूपी बोर्ड, तो समझ आ जाएगा कि स्टेट बोर्ड है. और क्योंकि हर हर उसका परसेंटेज क्राइटेरिया यार अलग होता है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल CBSE में 90 इज वेरी लेस, बट अगर आप यूपी बोर्ड में चले जाओगे तो 90 इज अ ग्रेट. तो थोड़ा सा ये उनको देखना पड़ता है, ठीक है. उसके
सर
अलावा आप जब अपना करियर ऑब्जेक्टिव पढ़ोगे ना, मतलब दिस इज द फर्स्ट लाइन विच आई रेड अबाउट योर रेज्यूमे एंड आई फेल्ट वेरी disheartening. I aspire to become a part of an organization where I will learn new technological skills and implement those to the best possible extent, and where I can expect trust and good understanding between employer and employee होना चाहिए. ट्रस्ट के बाद एंड की जगह AN लिखा हुआ है. तो
sir basically there was a spelling mistake I have sent the updated resume
हाँ,
to the
ठीक है,
mail
ओके.
I
बट
should
ये
the
गलती
first
आप यहाँ तो
resume
चलो अपडेटेड भेज सकते हो, बट वहां पे फिर ये नहीं चलता कि मैंने अपडेटेड आपको भेजा था एंड ऑल दैट. तो मेक श्योर रेज्यूमे एकदम परफेक्ट आप बनाओ. बाकी मुझे रेज्यूमे में ऐसा कोई इम्प्रूवमेंट नहीं लगा, बट नीचे आपका डिक्लेरेशन वाला पार्ट नहीं है रेज्यूमे में. आपको नीचे डिक्लेरेशन करना होता है कि मैं आई हेयर बाय डिक्लेयर दैट ऑल द इन्फॉर्मेशन प्रोवाइडेड आर करेक्ट. अपना नाम, सिग्नेचर और डेट और टाइम, डेट और प्लेस जहां से आप ये सिग्नेचर कर रहे हो. आप मेरा रेज्यूमे देखना, रेज्यूमे प्रिपरेशन कोर्स में आपको वहां पे मिलेगा, ठीक है. और बाकी सब ठीक है। इंटरव्यू की बात करें तो इंटरव्यू में थोड़ा सा आप जो बोल रहे हो आपको नॉलेज बहुत है। देखो मैंने आपको आई थिंक कल या परसों क्लास में बताया था कि देर आर टू टाइप्स ऑफ टीचर्स, वन विथ गुड नॉलेज, सेकंड विथ ग्रेट एक्सप्रेसिंग पावर। एक टीचर ऐसा होता है जिसको नॉलेज बहुत होती है लेकिन प्रॉपरली एक्सप्रेस नहीं कर पाता है। वहीं दूसरा टीचर होता है जिसको नॉलेज कम होती है लेकिन प्रॉपरली एक्सप्रेस कर देता है। तो जो एक्सप्रेस कर पाता है भी उसकी जय जयकार होती है यहाँ पर, सीधी सी बात है। तो आपके अंदर नॉलेज है, टेक्निकल स्किल्स है, वो मुझे देख के समझ आ रहा था, आपके आंसर सुन के समझ आ रहा था। बट ना मैं एकदम आप मोनोटोनस टोन में बोल रहे थे तो बीच बीच में ऐसा हो रहा था कि मैं खुद ही खो जा रहा था, नींद आ जा रही थी, है ना। तो इट्स लाइक कि आपको आंसर नहीं देना, आपको उनको पढ़ाना है। ऐसा ऐसा इंटरप्रेट करो, यू हैव टू टीच देम। Okay, sir. Classes and objects. So basically, classes are the factories which produce objects. So what is the basic utility of classes and object? Real life example. Have some enthusiasm. I know it's formal, but जो मैं बोल रहा हूँ वो भी तो formal है ना यार. It shows you are
Yes, sir.
enthusiastic. कल के दिन कंपनी में प्रेजेंटेशन होगी बाबा, अभिरूप से बुला जाएगा, प्रेजेंटेशन देना, फाड़ देगा भाई बंदा। किसी क्लाइंट से मिलने जाना, हाँ भाई अभिरूप तुम जाओ, अभिरूप गया तो कन्वर्जन डन है, समझो। समझ रहे हो ना। ये जील, ये एंथुजियाज्म
Yes,
चाहिए। इवन हम नॉलेज किट पे भी कभी हायरिंग करते हैं, हमको मतलब नहीं रहता आपको क्या आता है क्या नहीं आता। आपके अंदर अगर एंथुजियाज्म है ना, हम सिखा देंगे। कंपनी में ट्रेनिंग होती है, सब सिखा देंगे, बट उनको जीती जाती लाश नहीं चाहिए। दे नीड पर्सन विद एनर्जी एंड एंथुजियाज्म। खाना वाना बढ़िया खा के बैठो इंटरव्यू में, एकदम इतना भी नहीं कि नींद आए, हैव एंथुजियाज्म। ठीक है। तो आपके आंसर्स अच्छी थे, टेक्निकल नॉलेज अच्छी थी, थोड़ा सा उनको ब्रश अप करना है। डीबीएमएस पे थोड़ा सा हाँ फोकस करने की जरूरत है, बाकी तो सब बढ़िया है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है। ठीक है। और आपसे पूछा गया था आपके 20 ईयर्स के बाद क्या प्रोफेशनल और पर्सनल बोला, आपने पर्सनल तो बता दिया, प्रोफेशनली आप अपने आप को कहाँ देखते हो वो आप बताना भूल गए, है ना। प्रोफेशनल इवन ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट होता है एज कम्पेयर टू पर्सनल। तो पहले प्रोफेशनल बताओ, उसके बाद पर्सनल बताओ। ठीक है। और एक चीज और,
okay,
दो
sir.
चीजों पर इंटरव्यू टिका रहता है। पहला कि भैया मुझे आपकी कंपनी में जाना है, मेरे लिए वही मेरे बचपन का प्यार था, वही मेरा ड्रीम था, और मैं मर जाऊंगा अगर आप मुझे रिक्रूट नहीं करोगे। ये जिद दिखनी चाहिए। दूसरा, सर आपको मुझसे बेटर नहीं मिलेगा, ढूंढ लो आप कहीं पे भी। हम बने तुम बने, एक दूसरे के लिए वाला काम है। मुझे आपके लिए जॉब चाहिए, क्यों? क्योंकि मैं परफेक्ट बंदा हूं। मैं सीख लूंगा, आप जो सिखाओगे, आप जो कराओगे मैं कर लूंगा, मुझे लेकिन आपकी कंपनी चाहिए। वो मिसिंग था। जब मैंने आपसे पूछा कि हम आपको क्यों हायर करें, आप खुद सोचना इंटरव्यू के एंड होने के बाद, इट शुड बी कि बेचैनी होनी चाहिए कि यार मैं बहुत अच्छे से आंसर दे सकता था इसका, बट कहीं ना कहीं मैंने अपने आप को अंडररेट कर दिया। मेरे अंदर कंसिस्टेंसी है, कोई काम में शुरू करता हूँ खत्म कर देता हूँ, ऐसे नहीं देना होता आंसर। इमेजिन योर सेल्फ एज द एम्प्लॉय ऑफ माई कंपनी, नाउ यू आंसर। सर आपने मुझे प्रोजेक्ट दिया है ना, आपको डेडलाइन देने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी, क्योंकि आपने मन में जो डेडलाइन सोची होगी ना, अभिरूप उससे पहले ही कर देगा, है ना। आपके लिए डेडलाइन शायद आप एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे हो कि मैं 8 घंटे 9 घंटे काम करूंगा, वो डेडलाइन है। मेरे लिए डेडलाइन है जब तक कंप्लीट नहीं होगा सोऊंगा नहीं। समझ रहे हो ये चीज, दिस शुड शोकेस। सर आपने मेरा रेज्यूम देखा होगा, 10 चीजें नहीं लिख के आया, कम लिखा, लेकिन जो लिखा वो आता है, पूछ लो आप। तो ऐसे ही 10 चीजें में मेरा इंटरेस्ट नहीं होता, आप जो मुझे एक चीज दोगे ना, वो मेरे लिए सब कुछ है, वो मेरी लाइफ है। डिफरेंस समझ आ रहा है आपको?
Yes,
मैं आपको ये नहीं बता
yes,
रहा आपको
sir.
क्या करना है क्या नहीं करना, मैं क्या कर रहा होता वो मैं बता रहा हूँ आपको। मैंने कैसे 9 कंपनीज क्रैक की वो मैं बता रहा हूँ आपको। मेरे दोस्तों की मुझसे बहुत अच्छी टेक्निकल नॉलेज थी, पर आज सब एक या दो कंपनी में कॉम्प्रोमाइज हो गए। सारा खेल एटीट्यूड, आपके कॉन्फिडेंस, आपकी पर्सनालिटी का है। यस। ठीक है, कुछ पूछना है आपको या शुड वी वाइंड अप?
सर सर मैंने जब मैंने रेज्यूमे टीसीएस में अपलोड किया था तब थोड़ा पुराना रेज्यूमे था, लेकिन अब मैंने अपडेटेड किया, तो
तो
क्या
अभी
करना
आप
चाहिए मुझे?
एडिट, अभी
आप
तो
बोल रहे
ऑप्शन आ
थे
रहा है
कि
ना एडिट करने का, एडिट कर, तो 22 तारीख के पहले एडिट कर सकते हैं।
अच्छा, एडिट कर
मैंने
सकते
शायद यूट्यूब पे वीडियो भी बनाई थी, देखना वीडियोस में दिखेगी हाउ टू एडिट
हैं।
टीसीएस एप्लीकेशन फॉर्म। तो उसमें ये है कि आप अपडेटेड वाला डाल दो रेज्यूमे, ठीक है। और
ठीक है।
सेफर साइड पे क्या करना है, अपडेटेड वाला तो डाल ही देना, साथ में एक गूगल ड्राइव की लिंक बनाना ओपन टू ऑल, कोई भी उसको देख सकता हो, और वो रखना अपने पास। माइक्रोसॉफ्ट टीम्स पर इंटरव्यू होगा, इन केस उनके पास ऐसा है कि अपडेट नहीं हुआ, वेबसाइट पे पुराना रेज्यूमे है, तो आप उनको अपडेटेड भी भेज सकते हो वहां पे। बट कुछ लोग एक्सेप्ट करते, कुछ लोग नहीं करते हैं, तो बेटर ऑप्शन है कि आप वहां टीसीएस की वेबसाइट पे जाके अभी अपडेट कर दो। आज ही कर देना, कल वेबसाइट पे बहुत लोड रहेगा, बहुत हैंग करेगी, तो ये काम तो इमीडिएटली कर देना जा करके, ठीक है।
ओके
ओके।
सर।
ओके, अभी आपको विद इन
थैंक यू
ट्वेंटी
सर।
फोर आवर्स रिकॉर्डिंग मिल जाएगी, ठीक है। ओके, बाय बाय।